Record that. Okay, so good morning. So last time, saan na pa day 17 ka participants out of I1, 43. Yang, sige, manulod naman siguro to sila later, no? So again, good morning. Last Tuesday, wala ta nakaklase. Okay, however, nagbilin ko sa inyo quiz. I hope na-answeran to, no? So for those students na wala naka-answer ato, so tanawon lang nato nako later kung kinahanglan kanang valid ba inyong reasons, kung nakalimot lang ba, di ba nagsabot man tano sa kanang sa orientation pa lang nga dili ko musugot nga ang inyong reason is nakalimot lang. Okay, so dapat responsible mo as a student kung kanus ang mga deadlines, dapat take note gina ninyo. Dili kay makalimot lang mo. Okay? So, naami travel order last time. So, wala ko nakaklase sa inyo. Again, kung gibilin is katong quiz, I hope is na-answeran ninyo. Okay, so last time nga nag-synchronous class ta is atong discussion is all about the mathematical logic, pero wala ta na humano. Okay, so please turn off your microphones if not used or wala gigamit. Okay. So, let's review lang sa atong mga natun-an atong miagi. We have okay, so let's review the lesson nga atong nagian last time. Okay. So di ba naatay unsa ganito atong mga kuan atong mga unsa ni connectives? Connected.
Negation, ma'am.
Okay, so negation. So kung may tag not P, this is called a negation, no? Okay, how about unsa pa gidto? Napatay conjunction. No?
And
Conjunction, unsa itong conjunction?
and
And. So ana. P and Q. So how about this? Unsa tawagan na?
Disjunction, ma'am.
Okay, disjunction. Okay, how about kana?
conditional.
Okay, conditional or implication. Or implication. Okay, and dun sa maning kuan, kana siya.
Bioconditional,
Okay,
ma'am.
biconditional. Okay. Okay, biconditional. So, ang negation, this is read as not. Ang conjunction, unsa ni siya?
And,
And
ma'am.
Kining disjunction, this is or. Ang implication or conditional,
If, ma'am.
okay,
If,
and only if.
then.
Oh, and then, sorry.
And then.
If, tapos then. Or, pagbasa aning dire, P implies Q. Okay, how about the biconditional?
If
and
and
only
If and only if. Ay. Sorry. And only if. Okay. So, for example, we have katong example last time. Let P be the statement, I like Coke. I like Pepsi, di ay. Tapos, and C be the statement, I like Coke. Okay, so kung unsa man ang not P. Ang not P is okay, unsa ka ang not P?
One, ma'am. Anong, I do not like Pepsi.
Okay, I do not
I do
like
not-
Pepsi or I don't like Pepsi. Okay, how about P and Q?
I like Pepsi,
I like Pepsi
and I like Coke.
Coke.
Okay, so I like Pepsi and I like Coke or I like Pepsi and Coke. Pwede ra yun, ana. Okay, how about P or Q?
I like Pepsi or I like
Pepsi or
Okay, I
I
like
Coke.
Pepsi
I like Pepsi or Coke.
or Coke. Okay, so kung P implies Q,
If I like Pepsi,
if
And
I
I like
like Pepsi,
Then I also like
Coke.
then
Then I also
I
like
like Coke.
like Coke.
Pwede pa, then I also like Coke. Kung P double implication Q, unsa man ni siya? This is if I like Pepsi if and only if
And only
ana.
if.
I like Pepsi if and only if
I like Coke.
I like Coke.
I like Coke.
Coke.
Okay, so inana, no? So I hope nakadumdum mo. Okay, so let's review the truth table. So kung nakay negation, okay, so kung nakay statement to, it's either, sige ito, true or false.
True or false?
So kung kwaon na to yung negation, ang true mahimong
False.
false. Ang false mahimong
True.
True.
okay. So next is a conjunction. So if naakay duha ka statement P and Q, so unsaon ganito pila ka book ang row sa ato ang table? You have P,
Form.
Four,
diba?
ma'am.
It's either true, false, tapos ang Q, you have atong ikuan din ipare sa Q nga true, false, true, false. So naay upat ka buok. So you have true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. So mo nang naatay true, true, false, false, tapos true, false, true, false. Okay, so kung kwaon na to ilang end, P and Q. So sige ito, sa end is matrue ra
Isa ka
siya.
True, ma'am, if same sila o kuan. Same sila nga true.
Okay, so same sila nga true. So true and true, this is
true.
True.
Ma'am.
true and false, this is
False.
false. False and true, this is
False.
false. How about false and false?
False, ma'am.
False. Okay. So again, sa and, dapat sila duha true para matrue siya. So otherwise, false na siya. Okay, sa kuanta sa disjunction, P, Q, P, ito na lang isumpay, we. So ako lang isumpay class, ha. Direta, P or Q. So sa P or Q, you have true or true. So
True,
you have
True, ma'am.
true, this is true. True or false, this is
True.
True.
true. False or true, this
True,
is
ma'am.
True.
true.
True, ma'am.
How about false or false?
False, ma'am.
False.
False. Okay. So, very good. Okay, so sa implication, okay, sa or di ay, pag makakita kag at least isa ka true, true na siya. Okay, so as you can see, kung naa kay true, 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 na lang kay makita isa ka true, true na siya. Ma-false na siya pag sila duha ang false. Okay, sa implication, you have P implies Q. Unsa gani itong P implies Q?
Tanawan ang conclusion, ma'am.
Tanawon ang conclusion pag dili sila parehas. Pero pag parehas sila, true, no? Okay, so pag parehas sila, true. So as you can see, natay duha ka true. True implies true. So that is true. Okay, parehas man sila. Okay, true implies false.
False, ma'am.
Okay, so tanawon ang conclusion, this is false. Okay, false implies true.
True, ma'am.
True. Okay, di sila parehas, tapos ang conclusion is true. Okay, false implies false.
True, ma'am.
Okay, this is true. So, I hope nakadumdum. So, if natay conditional nga statement, P implies Q, di ba? Ang conditional statement, if we have the conditional statement, P implies Q, unsa ganito ang converse? Converse niya is?
Ma'am,
Balik.
if Q, then P,
Q
ma'am.
implies
Okay,
P.
so Q
Q
implies
implies
P. Okay, ang inverse,
If not P,
If
ma'am,
not
then
P,
Q.
then not Q.
okay, so not P implies not Q. So how about the contrapositive?
Kung ma'am, if not Q,
Not
then
Q, then
not
not
Q
P.
implies
Okay,
not
so
P.
not Q implies not P. Kinsa ganito ang mga logically equivalent ng statements? Si converse o si inverse.
Conditional o contrapositive.
Yeah, si conditional o contrapositive. Okay. So, muna siya atong discussion last time, no? So, I hope nakadumdum mo. Okay, so that's it for the review. Okay. So, balik ta. So, dito taman sa katong na ay conjunct. Okay, so they are logically equivalent. Okay. Okay, so dira tataman last time. So, sa truth table, ani. Okay, so they are logically equivalent ang conditional and contrapositive if they and converse and inverse kay pareha sila og truth table. So ingon ana gyapon class when you prove nga they are logically equivalent, pwede ra nato himuan og truth table if they have the same truth table, meaning they are logically equivalent. So ang last class nga katong wala nato na discuss ang iyahang sa tawag ni truth table is the biconditional or P double implication Q. This is actually logically equivalent sa P implies Q and Q implies P. So class, kung maingon kag P implies Q and Q implies P, ang P is kini siya i-end na nimo siya, parehara na siya sa biconditional. So, kwaon daw nato ang truth value ani. So, first is magkuha ta sa P ug Q. Diba? So, kung natay P, sorry. So, kung natay P, unsa ganito ang kuan? Og Q, true, true. False, false. Pangit man ang akong gamit ng kuan sa klasa. Okay, so you have P, tapos Q. Okay, true, true, false, false.
False.
Then true, false, true,
True, false.
Okay, so i-and daw na to ang P and P implies Q and Q implies P. So kaunsa na to atong P implies Q? So you have P implies Q. So true implies true. This is
True.
True.
true implies
True.
false. That is
False.
False.
false implies true. This is
True.
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 False implies false. This is
True, ma'am.
True.
True.
how about Q implies P? So
True,
true
ma'am.
implies true.
True.
This is true. So true implies true. This is true. Tapos false implies true.
True.
This
True.
is true. Pabalit ha. Q implies P. So true implies false
False.
False.
and false implies false. That is
True.
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 Okay. So kana. So i-and daw na nato silang duha. So P implies Q and Q implies P. So pag and gani, matrue ra siya if pareha sila true. So i-and nato silang duha. So kana sila. True and true, that is
True.
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 false and true, that is
False.
false. Okay, true and false.
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 Okay, true and true, that
True.
is true. So actually, class mo po ni siya ang P double implication Q. So tanaw na to, true siya if parehas sila o kuan. Tanawa. True sila puros if parehas sila. True, true, mahimong true, false, false, mahimong true. Pag dili gani sila parehas, that is false. Tanawa kini. No? True and false, I mean true, double implication false, this is false. False, double implication true, this is also false. So, ingon ana ang biconditional. True siya pag parehas sila duha. Pag dili parehas, that is false. So, that is the double implication. Okay, nagets ra?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, let's have, tanaw na to, sakto ba? You have, okay. So, mo na siya class. True, false, false, true. Okay. So, ang kining atong biconditional is true when P and Q have the same truth value. So, mo to siya kang giingon. Pag parehas sila, we have true. So, oftentimes, we use the words necessary and sufficient to describe kining conditionals and biconditionals. So, symbolically, we have the following. P implies Q. Pwede na nato siya mabasa nga si Q, or that means Q is necessary for P. Ang kanang P implies Q pod, pwede gahapon na nato siya ma-write, or it means that P is sufficient for Q. So, kay biconditional man, so pwede ta maingon nga P is necessary and sufficient for Q. Okay? So, kana silang duha. Okay, so quantified statements. So we have quantified statements. All, every, and none are called universal quantifiers because they set that set could be considered a universal set. So ang iyahang pasabot tanan, walay pili or wala gyud, none. So walay mulahi sila, none of them are manginunana. So these are called universal quantifiers. Napote gitawag nga existential quantifiers. So these are the words some, one, or at least one. So naay mag-exist nga at least one, no? Existential quantifiers. Okay. So we also have negations aning mga quantified statements. So if you have the statement, a negation, all x are y, ang iyahang negation is some x are not y. So again, all x are y, ang iyang negation is some x are not y. Okay, no x are y, so iyang negation, some x are y. Okay, and vice versa, no? So kung mo na siya ang negation, kana po ang iya. So kung mao ni siyang statement, mao ni siyang negation. So bali-bali lang. All x are y, some x are not y. Kung siyang statement, ang iyang negation kay kana. So let's try. Okay, some airports are open. So this is some x are y. Unsa gani itong negation ana?
No
All
X or Y.
Oh, no x. Some x are y, so no x are y. So unsa man? No.
No airports are open.
Okay, no airports are open. So naada yung answer dira. Okay, so no x are y. So you have no airports are open. So correct. Okay, next. All movies are worth the price of admission. So that is all x are y. No, all x are y. So mahimo siyang
Some X
Some
are
X
not
are not
Y.
okay,
Y.
so all x are y. So mahimo siyang some x are not y.
Not Y.
Okay, so unsa iyahang negation?
Some movies are
Movies are
not
not
worth
worth
the
Okay, so
price
some
of
movies
admission.
are not
Some
worth the
movies.
price of admission. Okay, how about this? No odd numbers are divisible by 2. So no x
Some
are
X-
y. So some
Some
X
X are
okay, so
Y.
some x are y. So mahimo siyang some
Some odd numbers are divided by
okay. So some odd numbers are divisible by 2. So correct. Okay, let's have some more. Write the negation of the following statements. All bears are brown.
some bears are not
Some
brown.
bears are not brown.
Okay, very good. So some bears are not brown. No smartphones are expensive.
Some
Some
smartphones
smartphones
are
are
expensive.
expensive.
Okay, some smartphones are expensive. Okay, some vegetables are not green.
All vegetables are
All
green.
vegetables are green.
All vegetables are green. So very good kayo eh. Sayo na kayo no? Bet ko kayo mo. Dali rin mo makagets. Kuhan gid ay deserving gyud nga mosulod og CSU. Charot. Okay, so we also have compound statements and their grouping symbols. So in we use parentheses in mathematics for grouping statements in symbolic form. So for example, we have symbolic form P and Q or not R. So Q and not R are grouped together kay naman sila sa sulod sa isa ka parenthesis. The same dire si P and Q sila ang grouped together because they are in the same parenthesis. And also kana sila. So in English pod when we translate this into English form or in written form, okay, so ang ato pong pag-indicate nga they are grouped together is by a comma. So for example, kaning sa first, we have P and Q or not R. Since sila man ang grupo, dapat they are in the same side of the comma. So mo nang P, comma, tapos sila dayon duha. And we also have here P and Q or R. So kani pod si P and Q are on the same side sa comma nato, which is kini. Okay? So sila pod ang group together. And for this one, we also have P and not Q, then R or S. So si P ug si Q, they are grouped together. So mo nang na sila sa left side sa atong comma, and ang R ug S is also grouped together because they are on the same side sa ato ang comma. Tingon ana lang class. Pag mag-translate mo is kung nagani mga na parenthesis, inyo gid nang i-group together. So kung i-translate, dapat na sila sa same side sa atong comma. Okay, so for example, let us write this symbolic statement as I'll write each symbolic statement as an English sentence. So we use P, Q, R, S, and T as defined below. So ang P is Sarah G is a singer. Ang Q, Sarah G is not a songwriter. R is Sarah G is an actress. S, Sarah G plays the piano. And T, Sarah G does not play the guitar. So, P or R and Q. So, unsa man na? Sarah G. Be? Any volunteer?
Sarah G.
Sarah G is a singer or
Si
is an
Sophia.
actress,
Sige.
and
And,
is a Q. And is not a songwriter.
okay. So, dapat ato giyang butangan o ano, comma. Okay. So, Sarah G is a singer. Pwede na nato dili balik-balikon ang Sarah G or an actress and not a songwriter. Okay. So, Sarah G is a singer or an actress. So, dapat comma. Kaya sila may group together, si singer o si actress, no? And she is not a songwriter. Okay, very good. So, number 2. Okay, number 2. Kinsa man, gusto mo answer? Not
Ma'am, go off,
S?
ma'am.
Okay, sige, go ok.
If Sarah G does not play the piano, then she is a singer and a songwriter.
Okay, so that's correct. So, ang songwriter kay not, ang kining Q kay not naman siya. So, pag butangan natog not, mawala na ang not, no? So, sakto to siya. If Sarah G does not play the piano, then she is a singer and a songwriter. Okay, very good. Okay, how about this? Any volunteer? Lahi na pod. Si Aubrey Deronia. Wala si Aubrey. So, class maminaw kita class kay para di mo maglisod pagting exam na nga.
Ang
magkuha
bulonggaita,
na mo.
ma'am.
Okay, sige, bulonggaita.
Kuan, ma'am. Akong nakuha, ma'am, is if Sarah G is a singer, then it's not a songwriter and not an actress.
Okay, very good. If Sarah G is a singer, then she is not a songwriter and not an actress.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, John. Okay, last, we have S and Q. If S and Q, then T.
Me,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, John na.
If Sarah G plays the piano and if she is a songwriter, then she does not play the guitar.
Okay, so that's correct. If Sarah G plays the piano and is a songwriter, then she does not play the guitar. So, notice class nga ang atong mga comma is katong gibutang pod siya nga dapat the same side ang katong naa sa sulod sa parenthesis. Okay. So, nasabtan ra ang pag-construct. Okay, mura tag English, no? Okay, I hope nakasabot. Okay, sayo naman ang lesson pod. So, we have here a tautology. Okay, ang tautology sa statement is that is always true and a self-contradiction is always false. So, in constructing truth tables, okay, so mag-example sa akong tautology ha. So, if we have P, di ba, it's either true or false. True or false, no? So, kung kwaon na to ang not P, mahimo siyang unsa ang not P, mahimo siyang
False, ma'am.
false, true, no?
True.
Pag kag and P and not P, so true and false, this is false, no?
False.
False, ma'am. False, ma'am.
Okay, false and true, this is
False.
false. Okay, si P or not P. Kana. True or false, this is
True.
true. Okay,
True.
false or true, this is true. No? So this statement is called a self-contradiction. Okay, self-contradiction siya kay this is always false. Okay, kini pod siya nga statement is an example of a tautology since this is always true. So pag true tanan iyahang value sa truth table, ang tawag ana is tautology. Pag false pud tanan, ang tawag ana is a contradiction. Okay? So basin ingon ana ang exam ba kanang determine if the statement is a tautology. So inyo ra nang himuan og truth table. Pag true gani siya tanan, tautology. Pag dili siya tautology. Pag false po siya tanan, self-contradiction na siya. Okay, so in constructing truth tables for a statement that involves a combination of conjunctions, disjunctions, and or negations of two simple statements, start with a table with 4 rows called the standard truth table. So for example, kana gitudloan naman mo nako no, PQ. So unsa na siya pagbuhat? Katong naghimo tag 3 diagram, you have P ug Q. So true, false. Ana ra na no? True, false. True, false. So, mo nang natay, mo gina siya standard, true, 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 false, false, true, false, false. So, pag duha ka statement ang involved. Pag tulo ka statement na or more, so i-construct sa daw ni nato. So, in constructing truth tables, magsugod gid ta sa kanang sulod sa parentheses. So, naaman tay P ug Q, no? So, you have P, Q, again, unsa to ato ang pagkasulat, standard, dapat duha ka true, duha ka false,
False.
tapos true, false na dayon. True, false, true,
True.
false. Okay, so next is ato ang kwaon ang kanang nasulod sa parenthesis. Unya sa sulod sa parenthesis is naa pa may ginat. So magkuha sa ta sa not P. No? So si not P sa ta. So not P. Unsa man mahimo si not P og
False, true, true.
okay, false, false, true, true. We have false, false, true, true. Okay, sunod ato na pong kwaon ang kaning sa sulod gyud sa parenthesis kana si not P or Q. So si not P or Q. So meaning ato siyang ipares aning Q tapos si or. So false or true, this is
True, ma'am.
true.
True.
Okay. Tapos false or false, this is
False.
false. Okay. True or true, this is
True.
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 False or true, I mean true or false,
The truth.
this is
True.
true.
True, ma'am.
Okay, next is kanina pod siya tanan nga naa sa left sa or. Kana gikan anang not. So not of not P or Q. So kining sa sulod kana mao na biya ning sa inside, di ba? Or kining nasa iyang left. Mao man ni siya no, not P or Q. Kani daw siya atong inat. So unsay mahitabo? Mabaliktad
True.
kita na no? So this will
Self-contradiction.
be kini siya si true
False,
mahimong
ma'am.
false.
False.
Okay, mahimong false. Kanang si false mahimong
True, ma'am.
true.
True,
Si
ma'am.
si true mahimong
False.
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 O niya, si true mahimong false.
False.
So lastly, we have kini na gyud sila tanan kani. Okay, so not of not P or Q or Q. No? So you have so ang kining diri nga side, this is just kini. This one. No? I-or dayon nato siya kang Q, which is kana. Okay. So we have false or true.
True,
Okay.
ma'am.
So false or true, this is true. Okay. True or false, this is
True.
true. false or true, this is
True.
true. And false or false, this is
False.
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 Okay. So this is the truth table for not of not P or Q or Q. So mo na siya iyahang truth table. Nakuha? Unsaon siya pag-construct? So magsugod
Yes,
gid mo sa kanang inside sa parenthesis. Okay? Okay, so maghimo na siya dira. The same ra na siya sa kung gibuhat class. Okay, so naatay true, 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 false ba to? Okay, true, 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 false. Okay, sakto. Okay, so pag-determine nato og pila ka row sa ato ang truth table, ang atong formula is 2 to the n. 2 to the n. So 2 to the n, where n is the number of simple statements nga involves a imuhang compound statement. So for example, tulo ka buok ang imuhang statement. So you have 2 cube. Again, mo na siya ang number of simple statements. Statements nga involve or pila ka letters ang gamito nato, no? Simple statements. So nakay 8 ka rows pag tulo. You have 2 cube, that is 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8, no? So you have P. So for example, tulo ka buok P, Q, and R. So di ba pag P na kay true or false, ipares nimo dira sa true, false, and true, false. Nya kay na pa may isa, so ipares na pud na nato siya sa true, false, true, false, true, false, and true, false. Di ba? So, na kay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ka combination. So, para dili ta maglibog class, you have, ingon ani, kintahay, 8 ka buok, no? So, ang first nga statements, bahino ni mo kaduha ang 8. So, na kay 4 ka T, tapos 4 ka false. Class, basin mahumana ni siya because less than 1 minute man, no? So, padayon na kapon click the same link. Tapos, tag-upat man, no? I-divide na po na nimong upat sa kaduha. So, tagduha na dayon. Duha ka true, duha ka false. Duha ka true, duha ka false. Sa ikatulo, tag-isa na dayon. Kay gi-divide nimo ang 2 sa kaduha. So, that's, manana. So, kung 16 ka buok, 8 ka true, 8 ka false, 4 ka true, 4 ka false, duha ka true, duha ka false, tag-isa-isa na dayon. Singon ana siya para dili mo maglibog. So 8, tag-upat-upat, duha-duha, isa-isa. So again, class, kung 8 ka rows, imong buhaton is i-divide nimo, you have 4. I-divide nimo 2, 4 ka true, 4 ka false. Tapos ang 4, i-divide na pod nimo ka 2, so tagduha na pod. True, false, tagduha na pod, ana. Pag sa next na pod, you have, tag-isa na dayon. 1 ka true, 1 ka false. 1 true, 1 false. Until mahurot ang 8. So, take note na to, nga naagid na tag-upat ka true na 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ya, tag-upat pod ka false. Kay 8 man ka rows. Okay? So, kung 16 ka buok, pila naman naka-statement ang involve?
Upat. Ay,
Upat. Oo, upat. Kay you have 2 to the 4th, that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So, na kay 16. So, sa first row, intahay si P, si Q. So, na kay tag 8, no? 8 ka true, 8 ka false. Ya, sunod, tag-upat na pod. 8 ka true, 4 ka true, 4 ka false, 4 ka true, 4 ka false. Sunod, diri na pod sa R, tagduha. Nya, tag-isa na dayon. PQRS kintahay. Tag-isa na dayon ka true, isa ka false. Okay, ngun ana ra siya. Okay? Ngun ana siya pag-construct. So di mabala ka kadili man mi maghatag pod og upat ka statements sa exam. Pinakadaghan na ng tulo. Tingnan ana ra gid class. Okay, so let's have another concept. We have an argument. This is consist of statements called the premises and another statement called the conclusion. So ang atong tumong aning statements is atong i-identify if valid ba ang ato ang statement. So an argument is valid if the conclusion is true whenever all the premises are assumed to be true. So an argument is invalid pag dili siya valid. So okay, so please turn off your microphones. Okay, so again, no, valid siya pag iyahang conclusion is true. Tapos pag tan-aw nimo sa premises, true pud tanan iyahang premises. Or pag true tanan ang premises tapos ang conclusion is true, so ang atong argument is valid. So before ta mag-identify if our argument is valid, let us change or write our statements or our arguments in symbolic form para maghimo dayon ta og truth table. So for example, we have the fish is fresh or I will order it. Okay, the fish is fresh. Therefore, I will order it. So dire, nag-represent siya si F. Okay, nagkuha siya letter to represent the statement the fish is fresh. Tapos, O pod to represent the I will order it. Okay, so in symbolic form, the argument, so di ba mao man ni siya, the fish is fresh. So this is letter F. Okay, I will not order it, kinamay not. Nya iyang giingon nga ang iyang statement nga O is I will order it. So this is not O, no? Unya iyang gigamit nga connective is or. Diba? The fish is fresh or I will not order it. The second sentence, the fish is fresh. Okay, so unsa man ni siya? This is F. Okay, kanang therefore class in symbols, kanang tulo na siya katuldok. Therefore, I will order it. So, I will order it. Unsa man na siya? Ang O.
Oh.
No, okay. So, in symbolic form, ang argument, ingon ani siya pagsulat. So, first sentence, or that is called the first premise, mo na siya, isulat na to. F or not O. Second nga premise, second sentence, ibutang na to sa ubos. So, F. Ibutangan din na nato kanang murag line before the conclusion. Ang conclusion, kining naay therefore. So, therefore, O. So, therefore, O. Ana. So, this is the symbolic form for argument. Nagets?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so hatag pa ko line example. Okay, write the following argument in symbolic form. If she does not get on the plane, she will regret it. She does not regret it. Therefore, she got on the plane. So, for example, P atong ikuan nga she got on the plane. So, unsa maning first? So, again, if atong P, she got on the plane. She got on the plane. Tapos si R, she will regret it. Okay, she will regret it. So, ang first, if she doesn't get on the plane, she will regret it. So, unsa man ang first nga sentence? Kini.
Dili na katong implication unsa to
Implication, kay na may if. Okay, so if unsa man ni doesn't get on the plane man. So, this is
Negation
Not
of P.
P,
not
ma'am.
P. Okay,
Not
implies.
P. Implication. are,
are. Ang next, she does not regret it. So this is
not are.
Not
okay, not
are.
are.
Not
Therefore,
are.
therefore, she got on the plane. So,
Are.
unsa man ni?
B.
P.
P.
Therefore, P. So, in symbolic form, that is not P implies R. Tapos, next sentence is not R. Butangan dayon nato kanang line. Therefore, P. Okay, nagets ba siya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, so
ma'am.
how about this? So let H be the statement Aristotle was human. Okay, tapos M, Aristotle was mortal. Okay, Aristotle was mortal. Okay, so ang first, if Aristotle was human, then Aristotle was mortal. So unsa man ang first?
H implies M.
Okay, H implies M. Aristotle was human.
H implies.
H, ma'am.
Okay, H. Therefore, so tulo ka tuldok, Aristotle was mortal.
M.
M.
Therefore M.
Okay, therefore M. So atong pagkasulat, first statement, you have H implies M. H, tapos therefore M. So yun na siya. Okay? So again, these are the premises and this is the conclusion.
GR, please off your mic, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so nakasabot ba mo? These are the premises and this is the conclusion. Nasabtan?
Yes, ma'am.
Premise?
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Yes.
Ang saan ito pagkuha sa symbolic form, ma'am? Pag sa kotong sa plain PC, then ang sa regular
Ay,
na
ang
R.
kanang letters, kamo na ang bahala kung unsay letters inyong gamiton.
Ay,
So,
okay, ma'am.
any letter will do. So, kanang akong gibuhat is para mas dali na ako madumduman, P kay plain man, R, regret man. So, kana. Pero you can use any letters such as X, Y, mayroon ana.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, to determine the validity of the argument, ato siyang i-write in symbolic form. Then we will construct the truth table that shows the truth value of each premise. Tapos, dapat, if the conclusion is true in every row of the truth table in which all the premises are true, the argument is valid. So, if the conclusion is false in any row in which all the premises are true, the argument is invalid. So, pag makita tag row sa duha ka premise nga true, dapat iyang conclusion is true. Pag imuhang duha ka premise is true, tapos na ay false nga conclusion, that is an invalid argument. So, let's have an example. Okay, let H be the statement Aristotle was human and M represent the statement Aristotle was mortal. So, in symbolic form, the argument, if Aristotle was human, then Aristotle was mortal. Aristotle was human. Therefore, Aristotle was mortal. So, kato na siyang ato ang gihimuan og symbolic form ganina. You have H implies M. H, therefore M. So, again, this one is the first premise. And this one is the second premise. And this is our conclusion. So, kung himuan na nato siya truth table, you have this. H, tapos M. Since duha raman ka statements are involved, duha ka simple statements are involved, H and M. So, naalang tayo 4 ka rows sa ato ang truth table. So, patang na siya kabuok. So, you have true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, then, first premise din nato, H implies M. So, first premise is, kana, H implies M. So, true implies true, that is true. True implies false. Kay dili sila parehas. Okay, true implies false. Dili sila parehas. Tapos ang conclusion kay false. So that's why it is false. False implies true. Dili sila parehas again. Tapos, ang conclusion is true, so that is true. Okay, since pareha sila, false implies false, that is true. So that is the first premise. Ang second premise nato is si H. So, kopyahon na nato. Okay. Ang atong conclusion is si M. So, kopyahon na po na nato dira. Si M. So, tanaw nato ang mga row sa first premise o second premise nga sila duha at the same time are true. So, asa man dira nga row? Okay, so ang row nga, ang first row, naay duha ka true nga premise. No? So, wala na ilain. So, dira ratong i-examine class. So, false true man na, true false man na, true false. So, dili na nato siya tanawon. Atong tanawon is katong first o second premise nga true sila. So, pag sila duha true, dapat ang conclusion po nato kay true. Okay, so correct. This is a valid argument. Kay ang duha ka premise is true, tapos true ang conclusion. So, this argument is a valid argument. Okay, row 1 is the only row which all premises are true. So, it is only the row that we examine. Because the conclusion is true in row 1, the argument is valid. Okay, so let's have another example. Kasi naglibog pa mo. Let's have okay, so let R represent the statement, it rains, and G represent the statements, the game will be played. So in symbolic form, if it rains, then the game will not be played. So unsa man ni siya? R implies
Implies
not
G.
G.
Not
Kay not
G.
be
G.
played man, no? Will not be played, so not G. It is not raining. So next is not
R.
R. Therefore, the game will be played. So therefore,
G.
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 Okay. So R implies not G, tapos not R ang second premise, therefore G. So we have atong statements, first premise, second premise, and conclusion. So since duha ra gihapon ka statement, we have 4 rows, true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Okay. So first premise R implies not G. So magsulat sa akong not G. Okay, so not G, so true mahimong false, ang false mahimong true, ang true mahimong false, ang false mahimong true. Okay, R implies not G. So true implies false, that is
False.
false. True implies true,
True.
True.
false
Oh,
implies
true.
false, this is
False.
false, and false implies true, this is
True.
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 Okay, not R. So, ang not R, mahimong false, false,
False.
true,
False.
true.
True.
So,
True.
we have false, false, true, true. Sa conclusion, we have G. So, kopyahon na nato ang G nga TF, TF. Okay, so, asa man ta magtan-aw nga mga rows, katong duha ka premise nga true. Aha man ta dapat magtan-aw. Sa row
3.
3 and
2.
row 4. Diba?
4.
Okay. So, pareha sila true. Okay. True, true. Ang conclusion is true. Correct, dili. Valid, dili. Valid. Okay.
Valid.
True, true. Unya ni false man siya. So, this is an invalid argument. Okay. So, because in row 4 is false and the premises are both true. So, the conclusion in row 4 is false, but ang iyahang duha ka premises are both true. So, this is an example of an invalid argument. Okay, nasabtan ba class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, I hope. So, I have here an exercise. Okay. So, this is not the required nga magbasa mo. So, you can answer this, then ipa-check ninyo sa ako. Pero dili siya, dili siya kanang requirement. So, pag answer lang mo, Tapos, ipa-check ninyo sa ako. You can PM it to me or kaha sa GC. This is not graded. Exercise lang niya siya. So, you can answer this. So, for this one, natay duha lang ka statement. The stock market rises. Okay, the bond market fall. Diri murag tulo na ni ka statement. So, there are 8 rows. So, I am going to run the marathon. I will buy new shoes. Tapos, I will not buy a television or I will buy a television. Okay? So, then determine the validity. So, questions. You may take a screenshot para ma-answeran or isend yun sa GC ang screenshot. Okay, questions. Clarifications.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, akin sa to si
Yasmin po, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yasmin.
lagi pa yung provided nga record video aning lecture, ma'am, karon.
Yes, oo, nag-record ko.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, always na class kung di ko makalimot. Okay, so kung wala na lain question, since time naman, no? So, see you again on Tuesday. And please answer the, I also have a quiz for this, pero taman siya, Tuesday na ko i-open. Tapos, wala siya time limit. So, you can answer it today, tapos dili sa nimo humanon, balikan ra nimo sunod kay wa man siya time limit. Basta lang dili sa nimo i-submit. So open pa siya. Wala na ko siya gibutang time limit kay basin mag-listen mo pag-answer kay na ako drag and drop nga kuan nga type of question dito. Kanang pagbutang ninyo sa true false. So I recommend you to use a laptop or kaha ay PC para mag-answer sa quiz. Kay lisod siya sa phone. Okay, so that's it. 9:00 naman. So, thank you for joining the synchronous class today. So, there are 34 students ni join out of 43. So, thank you so much, class, for joining the synchronous class and see you again on Tuesday. So, bye.
Thank you.